Dear students, this is BSR. We are in the 16th lesson. Today I'll take another subtopic, election procedure. So here the question is write about election procedure. Very very important answer. Here I can give subheadings, and even I will explain these subheadings. While writing answers, just you need to go through these subheadings. I hope that of course I'll give answers for all the lessons. Don't worry. So first one you take this. India is a country where elections are being held since 1952. We have been conducting elections at various levels. Village level elections are there, and mandal level elections, and state level elections, and even central level elections. When talking about central level elections, Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha elections are there, elections for president and vice president. And coming to the state level, we have MLA, member of legislative assembly elections, and member of legislative council elections. And followed by we have elections at mandal level, MPTC elections, or MP Mandal Parishad chairman elections. Coming to the Jilla level, ZPTC elections are there. Even corporation level, municipality level, municipal corporation election, and municipality elections. Even village level, village Gram Panchayat elections. So at various level, we have been conducting and electing representatives. So this is a kind of procedure or a great work that is being done in India. Coming to the election procedure. First of all, when elections are election commission conducting elections, before conducting elections, they'll appoint some officials to look after the elections at various levels. Example, appointing officials. First subheading we are going to write appointing officials. At district level, where CEO, Chief Executive Officer, is appointed. CEO, Chief Executive Officer, is appointed by the Election Commission of state, and every district collector can act as CEO. And just the second one, just look at that second one, returning officer. Entire country is divided into number of constituencies. This point is very important. Constituency. For the sake of elections at state level, we have constituencies. Even national level also we have constituencies. Example: MLA constituency, MP constituency. MP representing Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and MLA from legislative assembly. So MLA constituency is a small constituency compared to the Lok Sabha constituency. This point very very important point. So constituent, for every constituency, one official is appointed, is called as a returning officer. What we call returning officer. So officials, even while conducting polling and all, even for every polling station, one official and polling presiding officer is appointed. Along with that, some of the officials are assisted to the presiding officer. You mean that presiding officer is at the polling station level, and the returning officer is at the constituency level, and district collector is at district level. So talking about this, these are officials are appointed, and they can look after the elections at their levels. That, and coming to the announcing dates and schedule of the elections. Date and schedule. So at what time? MLA election. Example, you take state level elections, MLAs or MLCs. Elections will be election commission will announce election dates and schedules. ఏ రోజు నుంచి ఏ రోజు వరకు ఎన్నికలు జరుగుతాయి, ఆ ప్రాసెస్ని అనౌన్స్ చేస్తుంది. ఏ డేట్ నాడు జరుగుతాయి, ఏ డేట్ వరకు నామినేషన్ వేయాలి, ఏ డేట్ నాడు విత్డ్రాల్ చేసుకోవాలి, ఏ డేట్ నాడు ఏం జరుగుతుంది, బ్యాలెట్ పేపర్ ఎప్పుడు, పోలింగ్ ఎప్పుడు, రిజల్ట్ ఎప్పుడు. So these are all will be announced by the election commission. That is a second point subheading. Just look at that, announcing date schedule of elections. Second point, and the election commission can announce the date and schedule of elections which are conducting in a particular region by the election commission, right? Maybe elections maybe for MLAs, or maybe for MLCs, maybe for Lok Sabha MPs or Rajya Sabha MPs, or whatever that. Coming to the nomination papers, look at that nomination papers. When dates are announced, at the time parties can stand, can ask the candidates to stand in the elections, right? Do you know candidates? You mean that parties? So there are 3 or 4 parties choosing choosing their candidates, and they're asking the candidate to stand in the elections, so that candidates can, those who are going to contest in the election, can give their nomination papers. Nomination papers nothing but details of the person who is going to contest in the election. Nomination papers, just look at that, nomination papers. These are the candidates, nothing but biodata, we call it just simply details of the candidate who is going to contest in the election. Nomination papers. So particular date will be given for the nomination papers. ఈ రోజున నామినేషన్ పేపర్స్ ఇవ్వాలి. సో ఎక్కడైతే ఏ కాన్స్టిట్యుయెన్సీ నుంచి అయితే ఫ్రమ్ క్యాండిడేట్ నిలబడుతున్నాడో ఆ కాన్స్టిట్యుయెన్సీ నుంచి కొద్దిమంది ఆయన సపోర్ట్ చేస్తూ తీసుకెళ్తారు. మనం చూస్తూ ఉంటాం నామినేషన్ పేపర్ వేయడానికి చాలామంది వెళ్తారు, చాలామంది అక్కర్లేదు. నామినేషన్ పేపర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎ క్యాండిడేట్ కెన్ బీ గివెన్ టు అ పర్టికులర్ అఫీషియల్ ఆఫ్ దట్ కాన్స్టిట్యుయెన్సీ. రిటర్నింగ్ ఆఫీసర్కి అవి ఇస్తారు. ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత పర్టికులర్గా ఆల్ ది నామినేషన్ పేపర్స్ విల్ బీ స్క్రూటినైజింగ్ ద వర్డ్, జస్ట్ లుక్ ఎట్ దట్ వర్డ్, స్క్రూటినైజింగ్. ఇచ్చిన నామినేషన్ పేపర్స్ స్క్రూటినైజ్ చేయడం అంటే చెక్ చేస్తారు. అఫీషియల్స్ కెన్ చెక్, పర్టికులర్లీ రిటర్నింగ్ ఆఫీసర్ కెన్ చెక్ ది nomination papers that are given by the candidates who are contesting in the election. From every party a particular candidate can stand in the election, right? He will give his own nomination paper. So these are all nomination paper and details of that, about the family, number of members in the family, about taxes, about the property, about income, and all details are to be given. If any mistake is there, that will be considered as invalid, right? So nomination papers scrutinize చేయటం అది. Nomination papers which are given in a particular date, and after that in a particular time those papers will be checked. Nothing but scrutinizing, nothing but checking, will be checked by the returning officer or some of the other officials. Then a particular and list of valid nomination will be announced. That is also there. List of valid nominations also will be announced. అంటే వాల్యూడ్ కానీ కూడా ఉంటాయి, మిస్టేక్లు ఉంటే పోతుంది, డీటెయిల్స్ నీట్గా ఇవ్వకపోయినా పోతుంది, అంటే కరెక్ట్గా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కరెక్ట్గా ఇవ్వకపోతే పోతుంది. when information not given regarding anything, that nomination paper will be considered as invalid, right? Whatever the details you are giving regarding that particular certificate, that is to be added to that nomination paper. Details of the person should be given without any blackmailing. So valid details must be given, and then that will be checked. Nothing but scrutinizing. After scrutinizing, valid nominations will be announced by the election commission. So and after that, particular time will be given for withdrawal. ఎన్నికల్లో నిలబడిన వాళ్ళందరూ ఉండరు, కొంతమంది విత్డ్రా చేసుకోవచ్చు. పర్టికులర్ టైం విల్ బీ గివెన్ ఫర్ విత్డ్రావల్ ఆఫ్ ది పర్సన్. a person can withdraw his nomination papers. దానికి ఒక డేట్ ఇస్తారు. ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత క్యాండిడేట్స్ ఫైనల్ హూ ఆర్ ది క్యాండిడేట్స్ హూ ఆర్ దేర్ ఇన్ ది ఫైనల్ ఎలక్షన్, their names will be announced, and based on the names they will allot symbols, allotting symbols. Look at that, allotting symbols. Party candidates generally will have their own symbol. Example, take TDP, always it has its own symbol, like cycle. But general candidate, actually every party has its own symbol, but independent candidates can choose the symbols which are provided by the election commission. ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్ ఇచ్చినటువంటి సింబల్స్లో ఏదైనా సింబల్స్ని చూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అయితే సింబల్ బిఫోర్ గివింగ్ సింబల్ ఆ పార్టీ ఏ పార్టీ కన్నా ఉందో చెక్ చేసినాక ఇస్తారు. సో సింబల్స్ విల్ బీ ప్రొవైడెడ్ ఫర్ ద కాంటెస్టింగ్ క్యాండిడేట్స్, అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ ది ఫైనలైజింగ్ సింబల్స్ దెన్ బ్యాలెట్ పేపర్స్ ఆర్ ప్రింటెడ్. బ్యాలెట్ పేపర్స్, యూ నో దట్, serial number, person name, party name, and symbol. Then here question is, sir, what's the need to get or give symbols? Even illiterates can understand, can take the opinion by the symbol they can notice the person. illiterates who cannot read and write and they cannot understand the things, who is that person. So when by seeing symbol a person can easily understand the candidate who is going to contest from their party. నేను ఒక పార్టీ చెందినవాడు, నేను ఇలిటరేట్, నాకు తెలియదు, నేను సింబల్ చూసి గుర్తుపడతాను. అందుకనే సింబల్స్ ఇవ్వాలి అనే ఒక దట్స్ బిగ్ డెసిషన్, రైట్, నైస్ ఒపీనియన్ దట్ వాస్ ఎమర్జ్డ్ ఇన్ ఇండియన్ పాలిటిక్స్. Ballot papers are printed, and after that the word campaigning, just look at that, campaigning. A process through which election candidates can go to each and every area, can ask their members, voters to cast their vote to their party. Campaigning nothing but conducting rallies, meetings, and going to each and every village at person and house, asking the people to cast their vote to their party. That is we call campaigning. Particular date will be given for campaigning. Campaigning date will be after campaigning. After the completion of the date of campaigning, then the election commission can conduct elections. We call polling. Polling will be announced, will be conducted on the day of polling. The voters will come and cast their vote. After casting their vote, then counting takes place, and after that result will be announced. Those who secured more number of votes will be considered as representative. In this process, in the place of ballot papers, now recently electronic voting machines, EVMs, are introduced. So ballot papers not there. EVMs, electronic voting machines, are there. These people simply will go and press their button on a symbol that to whom that he is going to cast his vote. So when symbol is pressed, right, automatically it denotes that he cast his vote to a particular party. So once look at that, conducting elections at various places, appointing officials, announcing dates and schedules of elections, nomination papers, scrutinizing these papers, and withdrawal for the time that's given to this withdrawal. Symbols are allotted based on that. Ballot papers or EVMs are printed. Based on that, campaigning will be conducted, and after campaigning, polling is taking place. After that, counting is taking place. After that, result will be announced. This is the way of conducting elections. It is called election procedure. కానీ ఈ ఆన్సర్కి ప్రతి సబ్ హెడింగ్కి 2 పాయింట్స్ రాయాలి, అప్పుడే మనకు కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్ వస్తుంది. Of course, I will provide answer, don't worry, but you must listen this video carefully. Thank you.